Good morning, all. This is the new topic that is Reynolds equation derivations here, and it's really a very big topic, very big derivations. You have all, I don't think you have seen such type of derivations or not, but it is really very big derivation. Now, this Reynolds equation start with the debt in hydrodynamics lubrication. Till now, we have seen the hydrostatic bearing and hydrostatic lubrication. So, in that, we have already finished that part. So hydrodynamic lubrication, it is totally based on the Reynolds equation. It is the Osborne-Reynolds equation. It has some assumptions. These are the figures which it is considered. These are some assumptions which Reynolds has taken. These seven assumptions he had taken, that is, it should obey Newton's laws of viscosity. It should be incompressible. Shaft and bearings are rigid. There is continuous supply of lubricant. Here in this you have seen that dx, dy and dz is the considered in this analysis. It is shown in figure A also and figure B also. X, Y and Z, there are three axes it is shown. This is shaft, this is the bearing and this is the all groove it is present here. The shaft is having diameter D and length L. Okay. Now Tx, Tz is the shear stress here. Now P is the fluid film pressure. Now let's see. The force acting on the element in X direction are shown in figure C. Okay. Which we have seen. So considering the equilibrium of forces, this is the figure C where the equilibrium of forces is shown. This is shear stress in x direction with a y element. This is the pressure P with the x elements. So this is thing dabba tau x dabba y dx du does the same thing here. Now the equilibrium of forces is this. So dx dy dz indicate the volume of the element. Since the element has positive volume, that's why it is not equal to 0. Now the equation A can be written as dabba tau x by dabba y is equal to dabba p by dabba x. Okay, we can write it in this way. Now tau x is equal to what according to the Newton's law of viscosity, that is mu du by d. Okay, this is the tau x. Now if we combine these two terms, that is if we are putting this tau x value here, what we can get dabba square u by dabba y square equal to 1 upon mu dabba p by dabba x. So now integrating this term twice because it's double square. So we get two constant here, C1 and C2. So two boundary condition U0 and Y0, U equal to 0 and Y equal to 0 and U equal to capital U, Y equal to capital H. So C2 becomes 0, C1 is this. Put these two values in this equation. Now this equals the new equation, that is F, because we have added here the constant value. Okay, this constant value is added. Now the force acting on the element in z direction we have shown here in this figure. So by considering the equilibrium forces from the last figure only, that is dabba tau z, dabba y, dabba dy, dz, dx is equal to dabba p by dabba z, dz, dx, dy. Here also dx, dy, dz is not equal to 0. So same thing just we have done for the x direction, same thing for the z direction. That is dabba tau z by dabba y equal to dabba p by dabba z. Same thing, mu is mu dabba w by dabba y. Put this value here. We will put this value here. So we get dabba square, w by dabba y square equal to 1 upon mu dabba p by dabba z. Now integrating this term twice, we get C3 and C4 as the constant. So w equal to small w equal to 0 and y equal to 0. Small w equal to 0 and y equal to h. These two conditions we are going to put. So C4 is 0 and C3 is this. I put this value of C3 here. Okay. Even the value of C4. We get the new term, that is I. We in the previous one we have find out the value of U. Here we find out the value of W. The general continuity equation for incompressible flow is what? Dabba U by dabba X, dabba V by dabba Y, dabba W by dabba Z equal to 0. If this condition is there, so there is no flow in y direction. The local continuity equation in three direction must be satisfied. That is dabba b by dabba y equal to minus of dabba u by dabba x minus w by dabba z. Same thing we have to. Now by integrating this term, u and w value we have. Okay, so the left hand side of the above equation is expressed as integrating 0 to h dabba v by dabba y dy. Okay, and here it can be written in this way. Okay, now this is the term here, that the general surface is this and the fluid film thickness is this, having an angle phi here. This triangle is shown here. This is the thickness, this is the length dx, and this is the height dh. Okay, so in this way we can do it. So this figure D shows the fluid film thickness in the xy plane where y equal to 0. Okay, this is y equal to 0, and when y equal to h, what will happen? So it indicates the general surface and velocity in y. So tan of phi is equal to what? Dh by dx. This dh by dx. So v upon u, or you can say dh by dx. So v is equal to u into dh by dx. So we, with the value of v we can put here, that is u dh by dx minus 0 u into dh by dx. Now from this equation n and this equation p, we can get that indicating 0 to h dabba u by dabba y dy plus dabba w by dabba z dy minus u dh by dx. Now by solving this term with the help of Leibniz theorem for interchanging the signs of integration and derivation of the first term. So according to the Leibniz theorem, what we get? This term we get here, and this is the solution we get here. Now substituting the following values, that is h1 of x equal to 0, h2 of x equal to h, we get this equation. Now putting in the second term and by solving all these terms, okay, what we get? We get the final equation as this. So this is the final equation of Reynolds. There is no exact analysis solution for this equation of bearing with finite length. Theoretically, exact solution can be obtained if the bearing is assumed to be either infinitely long or very short. So these two solutions are called Sommerfeld solution. Approximate solution using numerical methods are available for bearing with finite element length. So these are some theoretical elimination we are in. I don't think it will come in examination, but to understand the Reynolds equation, it is good. So hope you understand this part. Thank you.